Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. As far as I know, I looked because I wanted to make sure this was in fact the first time in SmackDown history since its inception on April the 29th, 1999, that it was a 3-hour long SmackDown. It was awesome. And the mat was blue, as you recall, because chances are you've watched the show. It was interesting, though, that the mat wasn't, like, actually blue. I think it was actually black, and then they had, like, a blanket. It was almost like a blanket. I'm surprised. You could just tell at the edges. I thought that was a bit weird, because then you could, I don't know, maybe trip and... Whatever. Let's not waste too much time on that. Cody Rhodes with an in-ring promo about how WWE is changing, and then there's the shake-up in the roster. Some people are going to be getting switched around from Raw to SmackDown and vice versa. And then Drew came out, gave Cody Rhodes a hug. And that threw everybody off. And spoke about how Cody is flushing his career down the toilet. Got to look past, the bloodline and all this stuff. Tells him to watch his back as he walks away. And Kevin Owens comes in. But as you could see, Cody was able to return the favor and stomp a mud hole in Kevin Owens' gut. And then, of course, that was quickly interrupted by a group again. I'm going on with it. Weak referees and other WWE officials. Yes, it's a pink cup. Get over it. My swamp juice. Shinsuke Nakamura. My biceps almost look like that. They're getting there. Shinsuke Nakamura versus the U.S. champ. Oh my God. Shinsuke Nakamura, the U.S. champ, versus Andrade. But it wasn't for the title. Both are former NXT champions, and Andrade himself is a former U.S. champion. That Andrade backflip was really cool off of the top rope because, you land backwards. You do the backflip. You land on your feet, which is already hard enough to do on your own. But then Shinsuke moved out of the way, but then he does it again. So it's like the double flip, and I was just like, yeah, pretty cool. Shinsuke still wins. There was no trickery. There was no cheating. LA Knight came out post-match, and then he said that Shinsuke stole the title. But that's the thing, though. Of all the trickeries and stuff he's done during that match for the title, from what I remember, and I've already stated this before, but I'm repeating it again because it's relevant to the conversation right now, I don't think he cheated. Whatever. Oh, and don't forget, link down below as well to, know what I'm saying? The full recap. Where's my notes, goddammit? Backstage, this was interesting again. I'm going to get into that before we get into some of this. Santos and Los Garza. Garza? Gaza? No, not Gaza. Oh my God. I honestly don't remember. I could probably look. I don't think it'll tell us the name, though. No, it doesn't tell us the name of the group. Anyways, you know who I'm talking about. And they were trying to rough up Pretty Deadly because they were disrespecting his familia. Again, I like this because it's two heels. Just because you're heel, just because you're face, doesn't mean you're going to see eye to eye. I really appreciate that because that is not technically something that you would have normally seen back in my day watching wrestling. Now, okay, check this out. So right here, I used to make this mistake a lot. See? Chin. Okay? It's me chin. I kept saying me shin. It's not her shin. It's how I make the association, so I remember how to properly pronunciate the name. Me chin, not me shin. That's literally what I wrote. Versus Piper Niven, nice match, and it actually had me chin picking up the win. I really like that. Then this was interesting. Paul Heyman escapes the metal detectors, and then you had Michael Cole. He was like, check him. Make sure he doesn't have something on him. What the hell is he going to have? Plus, there was no security there. You could just, walk by it. It's not like it was, barricaded. Wait, my hand. It's not like it was barricaded. and then having, the metal detector thing that you go through. It was just there, flopping away in the wind. But it was a one-on-one, Solo and Heyman. In-ring promo, Heyman was talking about finding out who's going to be the real chief, talks about how Solo and his bloodline are sick, twisted, demented, criminal animals. And then Solo's music hits. There was no security. That would have been a good time to actually have security. Nobody was there. Then Solo grabs the mic, says he wants Heyman to hold the Ulafala, and if somehow Roman beats him, he wants Heyman to crown Roman. And then alternatively, when Solo wins, as he says, I want you to crown me as the official tribal chief. And then he says, you will also be mine for life when he wins. And then Sami Zayn and Jay and Jimmy were all backstage. How come none of them came out just to kind of make sure? I don't know. I feel like the moment Solo came out and he started talking, like momentarily shortly afterwards, you should have had potentially one of them at least come out or watching from whatever. I don't know. It's just the way that I would have done it. Tag team champs, DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team. What was really interesting about this is it was for the titles, and then Pretty Deadly came out. Graves actually seemed happy that Motor City Machine Guns had kicked out, despite all the distractions and all that. I thought he was pro DIY, which maybe he is. Lost Garza, Garza, not Gaza, came out. The whole match gets thrown out, and I'm thinking, where's Nick Aldis for this to come out and say, no, this is unfair. They didn't have a fair shot at the title. Never happens that way. Backstage, Carmelo, we'll get into that in a moment. Carmelo and Sami Zayn quickly chat, which is how I knew, obviously, that he was backstage. Jimmy and Jay show up. Hey, is there a problem? No. Then as Sami Zayn goes off into the distance, actually like in a back room somewhere, Kevin Owens bumps into them and says, watch your back. And then he goes like literally 5 feet from Sami Zayn. I actually can't wait to just see what happens. Even Kevin Owens said that he's got to like figure that out because of the people that side with Roman Reigns. Well, look what Sammy's doing. That's going to be an interesting feud, talk, whatever you want to call it. That's going to be huge when those two cross paths. Like, wow. I can't wait to see that. So this one was really interesting. Aside from the obvious. So you had Nia versus Naomi for the title. Tiffy came out. She cashed in. But she clobbered Naomi in the head. Then she clobbers Nia Jax because she pretends, right? Oh, yay, look, I did it for you. And then Nia Jax picks up the victory. And then that's when she clobbered her too. In the back, she grabbed Candice LeRae, grabs Bianca after Bianca KOD'd Nia Jax. And Tiffy tosses Bianca out. She does her prettiest moonsault on Nia and wins the title. The crowd cheered. Definitely made some enemies. But this was a nice moment for her because she deserves it. I really do think that. Absolutely. It's what it's all about. The money in the bank. It's coming in. Seizing the moment. So it's like, in a lot of ways, people will be like, oh, that's so cheap. Well, that's the whole name of the game. Yeah, she just jumps into the ring, does a back flip, lands on Nia 1, 2, 3, but okay. But she's believable, credible enough of a champion that it's like, we all know she would have kicked her ass anyways. It was great. Backstage, Byron Saxton talks to LA Knight, who states that next week on SmackDown, he's going to face Shinsuke for the title. What I really like about LA Knight, too, is I think sometimes maybe he's not given as much credit with his microphone skills, because he'll talk like really, 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 really fast. And he's not like Cody Rhodes with the Shakespearean-like promo. Then does the little head shake and then gives a pause. And if I can indulge you for a moment, Imagine yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's not to take anything away from Cody Rhodes, and that was a cringy impression, but my point was at the pacing at which he talks. Like the former President Obama. Let me be clear. Just very, okay? Whereas LA Knight is holy shit, it's like some freestyle rap. That's hard to do in the moment. And that was live. There's no like, can we do that again? He very, very, very rarely ever trips on his words. And if he trips, half stumbles on a word, he annihilates that shit and just keeps going. He doesn't like panic and freeze. And it's actually quite the skill that he's got in that regards. Wanted to talk about that. 3-hour Raw. And I'm already done in about 10 minutes. This is how I need to keep shit going. Sami Zayn. This is slowly a little bit bigger, but starting to be what I'm starting to look like. Because you should have seen me before. So, it wasn't that good. I'm like a blend between these two. Or like a blend between Cody and KO. Whatever. 6-man tag. OG Bloodline without Roman Reigns versus Bloodline 2.0. So Solo. Or, sorry. Tama Tonga's not there. My goodness. You know who was there. I'm all like, you know what? Let me get their names. So we had Jacob Fatu, I know was there. Tama Tonga and Solo. We didn't have Tonga Loa because he's injured with a ripped bicep from CM Punk with the tool. I almost said the tool case. Briefcase, toolbox, tool. The point is, it was a nice match. I enjoyed it. It was an all-out spectacle. And Bloodline 2.0, Solo's Bloodline, ended up picking up the victory. My goodness. Thumbs up if you liked the video. That's last week. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. Didn't like it? Go ahead, give it a thumbs down, and I'll bend it in half, twist it, give you the Solo Sikoan spike. As always, right in the back end. And again, that's your thumb, not mine. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that'd be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And hopefully, I'm going to keep up with my schedule. And I shall be around tomorrow to talk about something, play a game, obviously wrestling. And we'll go from there. Bye for now.